All right, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and today we're going to have a discussion on something that quite a lot of people are a bit disappointed about. Obviously, Pridewind put out the rankings for Eve, and a lot of people are not happy with the rankings that Eve put out. Right? It seems like the entire from my comment sections, a lot of people, if not every single person, is upset because obviously like people are saying she's mid now. People are saying she's not good or anything like that. People are saying, some of people in my community are saying it's my fault for overhyping the character because obviously they put her in S tier for bosses, right? They put her in S tier for bosses, and I guess a lot of people think S tier means bad. Like this is her rankings, right? You have A tier in story, high or B tier in high deficit story, S in bossing, C in PvP. Now, I don't know how any of this could be my fault, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, Zxous, this is what happens when you clickbait your titles and say, oh, she's a good character in your titles." Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's do this. Let me cook real quick. Let me go ahead and cook real quick, okay? This video right here was my last video on using Eve. These two units, insanely powerful debuff skill becomes permanent together. Where is the clickbait there? If you watch that video, the entire time these two are up, their debuff is permanently on the boss. Clickbait is not activated in this video, but we move to the next one. This is what they needed. I would say this is a clickbait video in terms of you need to click on the video to find out what they are, but yes, that is not clickbait. Iron, when I say that's not clickbait, the video is not a lie, right? Iron needed another DPS. I'm sorry, they were lacking in DPSs. They had Red Hood, Rappy, and Laplace. And Eve now in the game is the third strongest DPS for Iron, right? And Rappy is not even considered an Iron character. So if we're going technical, Eve is the second strongest Iron DPS in the game. This is not clickbait. Title, sure, in terms of you need to click to find out what the hell I'm talking about. But if we're gonna go that, if we're gonna push it like that, let's push it like that. Sure, this is her peak. The title, the thumbnail screams it for you. It's not even like the thumbnail tells you exactly what I'm talking about. This is her peak. With this team, Eve has performed her absolute best in all my showcases. I've done 5 showcases for her. One, two, three, four, five. In all my videos I've done for her, this team right here with Helm, Crown, and Little Mermaid, she's hit the hardest here. This is her peak. Again, not clickbait. The only clickbait is the fact that you need to click on the video to see what I'm talking about. But again, the thumbnail kind of tells you. It's self-explanatory. But if you cannot comprehend that much, then I apologize, right? Powerful. Very full overload gear Eve is cracked in Nikke. She is a powerful character. You guys is God Pridewind themselves even said, let's go there. Like your Pridewind said it themselves that in some cases, right? And a lot of different people who actually own the character and use the characters themselves also said in some cases, Eve can be hitting harder than Red Hood. Eve is either equal or better than Red Hood depending on whether there is core or not. The problem with Eve is while this is her peak, Red Hood can still scale up and become one of the top 5 DPS again if they introduce parts with high uptime on pierce damage. Now, I don't know if it was in this video or if it was in this video. I'm pretty sure it was in this video right here with this is what they needed because this was a comparison video as well. I said, no, it was not that video. I think it was this video right here. Because I was fighting Ultra. I said, even though Eve is a great character, it's going to be very, very hard to replace Red Hood or Rappy for her. That's exactly what I said in that video. And if you guys want to go ahead and watch the video rather than reading my titles and saying, okay, so this is what it is, right? Like if I have a title saying Eve is a triple S tier character, right? Um, and then like in the video, I guess if I have a video saying Eve is a triple S tier character, um, then that's a full statement, right? Like that would yes be me saying Eve is a triple S tier character, right? So then that would be like, okay, if she's not a triple S tier character on Pridewood, then you guys can come for me. But if I say she's a must-have DPS, if I say this is her peak, if I say she's very has a permanent debuff, this is what they needed. These are not clickbaits. Now, Let's talk about this one actually. Eve is a must-have iron DPS. This is controversial, I would say. I would say a lot of people would say she is a must-have. I would say a lot of people would say she's not a must-have. Now, let me give you guys my logic here, right? Eve is a collab character, meaning she's limited. And she is the third, technically second strongest iron coded DPS in the game. But obviously the two above her are just very, very, very powerful, right? Red Hood and Rappy are way too powerful compared to Eve, right? But Eve is the third strongest. Now, if you have Rappy and if you have Red Hood, do you necessarily need to have Eve? No, but I would still say the fact that she's a collab character and the fact that she is still very powerful and the fact that she does have value to your team, whether she's a crazy DPS or somewhat of a support or sub DPS, I would say she's a must-have in that sense. Now, if you don't have Red Hood and you don't have Rappy or you don't have both of them, there is no question Eve is a must-have character. That's obvious. There is no question Eve is a must-have character. That's just the honest to God truth. And the same thing is probably Raven. If you don't own Red Hood or Rappy, Eve and Raven will probably be must-have characters for you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So when in this video, this is where people were blaming me, right? Well, not blaming me, but like, judging by the last few videos, you did not know. Because I said it, we all knew this would happen to Eve. But judging by your last few videos, you did not know. Judging by my last few videos or judging by my last few titles. Because if you watch the videos, everything I said is exactly what Pridewind says. Now, my question to you guys is, how is it that I'm saying what Pridewind is saying before they post out their guide and reviews? Now, I'm not saying Pridewind copies me. I'm not saying Pridewind waits for me to put up my videos and then they come to their conclusion. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is the reason why me and Pridewind have the same outcome of a character 9 times out of 10 is because you don't need, this is not a difficult game. It's not a difficult game, right? I'm not even being funny. Pridewind probably had calculations involved with whatever they came up for Eve's rankings. I had no calculations involved, and we still came to the same conclusion. You know what? Because Nikke is not a hard game. It's not rocket science. You don't need to freaking make a formula to get the conclusion of a character. I'm never going to sit here and say Eve is bad because she's in S tier. Because if we're going to say Eve is bad in S tier, let's go to bosses. From now on, I want everyone to say Scarlet is bad. I want everyone to say Quincy is bad. I want everyone to say both of the Rays are bad. I want everyone to say Blanc and Noir are bad. I want everyone to say Red Hood's Burst 1 is bad. I want everyone to say Dorothy is bad. I want everyone to say Ein is bad. I want everyone to say Mana is bad. I want everyone to say Modernia is bad. Maxwell is bad. Laplace is bad. Everybody, if we're going to use this logic that Eve is bad because she's an S tier for bossing, where Pridewind literally stated that she's an S tier because one, she is technically limited to iron code bosses, electric code bosses, which is like, I don't really think that is, because realistically, every character is technically locked to the boss that they're type advantage against. Like, I would never use, for example, I'm never using this Asuka outside of Kraken or outside of any bosses where she's not type advantage against and she's triple S tier. That's just me personally. Same thing with Miharu. I'm never using this character outside of a boss she's type advantage against. And that goes for every other character, realistically. I'm just going to keep it honest with you guys. But do not think that S tier on Pridewind's tier list means that they're bad. Because if she's bad, then all these characters also are bad somehow, right? I want people to say Scarlet is bad. In the comments of this video, if you guys generally believe S tier equals bad, start saying Scarlet is bad. That's what I'm going to say. And I don't even know if you guys see, but it says here for boss tier, actually, everything over this meta line is meta. Eve is a meta character. Are we now saying that meta characters are not must-have characters? Since when were meta characters no longer a must-have? Hey, let me know when I have to stop cooking and I'll deliver the food and feed it to you guys. But no, I don't know. Like, I don't know, because I've been already saying, yeah, because of Red Hood and Rappy, it's going to be hard to use Eve. It's going to be hard to make her work if you're not fighting her. Because I even accidentally used Eve outside of bosses that she's type advantage against, and she still performed very well. So I really don't know. But it's your boy Zxous. You guys let me know what you think. I'm out, bro. Peace.